Hey, this is Paddy.
And this is Tommy.
And we're here to talk about our first impressions of Breath of the Wild. So
Look
start
at
out
that opening.
Yeah, visual graphics in this game really took a step up from all the old Legend of Zelda games, especially the jump from Skyward Sword to this.
We don't talk about Skyward Sword.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, you can see full view of the world from here. It's got everything that everyone remembers. You got Death Mountain, you got all the valleys, the forests.
I should point out that this is the Switch version. If this was the Wii U version, you would not see as much.
And frame rate in this game, so far it's pretty good. I mean, it sits at like 60 frames per second most of the time, but there have been some pretty big drops if you're doing a lot of hardcore things. If you're in big open fields or fighting a lot of mobs at once, you can notice a pretty big drop sometimes. I haven't seen it very often. Have you?
Only when I'm in a big field with a lot of grass and all the grass is moving at the same time, then yes, I have seen sometimes where, yeah, it does lag a little bit. It gets a little pixelated more, and then it only takes about a second and a half, and then I'm back to where I should be.
Yeah, the refresh speed's pretty good. I guess it would just take a little bit of time for things to render, because after I haven't really gone back to places that it has dropped, and it hasn't done it again. So
I don't even know if that's the game or the Switch itself.
yeah, that's true. But one of my favorite things in this game is definitely the inventory system and the way you can fast switch between weapons. Like if they break, you can just instantly swap to a new one, and it pauses the game too. That way you're not fumbling in combat to grab a new one while something's attacking you.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I haven't been too far in the game yet. I'm just wishing that you can make the weapon again, because there's some like legendary weapons that you're like, wow, that's a big ice sword. I'd rather keep this forever or something like that, and then it breaks. Totally fine. If I can buy another one, that'd be really cool too.
Yeah, or repair. I haven't seen anything yet of being able to repair items or, bring them back. So that's...
Besides the Octorok stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you discover later on accident, really.
I wouldn't even have tried that if I didn't read about it.
Yeah, the crafting system is very interesting. I just wish you could use it to craft weapons. The only real main reason for it is cooking.
Yeah, really cooking. Cooking recipes or making elixirs or anything like that.
And it's still pretty difficult because you have to align the right ingredients to get what you want out of it. Like you want something to boost your stamina, you want something to boost your hearts, boost your fire resistance, all that. You have to have the right items.
I do wish it was a little bit like Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, how there was a list of recipes, and once you did it once, it would keep it forever. So if you in case you ever forgot, you just simply check all that, and then it's good.
Yeah. That would definitely be helpful, having a list of things that you've created before, because if you don't have that, you can't go back and make it if you forget it or don't write it down.
I actually took pictures of, as you can take pictures in this game, I took pictures of what I put, once I discovered what it was, I just put all the ingredients on the ground, took a picture of it.
That's really smart.
What I did really love about the recipe stuff was that, I mean, you can only have 5 things in one. But let's say this recipe is like 4 and it gives you electric damage or heat resistance or something like that. If you put one more of the heat resistant item or, whatever the item that gets you the effect, it doubles the time.
Yeah, it stacks it.
Oh, I love it. Helped a lot during either when I was in the cold area or something. I would just put a bunch of peppers in like one steak, and I had like one that lasted like 15 minutes. It was great.
Yeah, that's really helpful too, because the time it takes to walk places in this game is a lot. And so if you're in one of those areas where you have to be resistant to something, you need it for a long period of time, because it's just way too long of a time to get from one area to another without fast traveling.
It is really, in my opinion, kind of dumb that you can have a horse in this game, but I never use it. I never use the horse.
Horseback riding in this game is very unstable. There's no
Is that a
correct
pun?
there's no correct way to stop, and there's no correct way to go. You just, if you are going, you're going at a set speed, and then you'll just stop, and you'll hit trees that you shouldn't be able to hit, and it just stops your horse. And
I didn't have a problem with that, because it usually, you know, if they did a really cool mechanic of where if you just let go, the horse will keep going. No matter, you know, if you're on the trail, at least it will just follow the trail. Kind of like Red Dead Redemption did that.
so really, I didn't know that.
Yes, if you just let go of the, as long as you the horse keeps going, it will keep going. If there's a trail that it can follow, it will follow the trail.
That's awesome. That makes it a lot better, but it's way too difficult to ride, and the fact that horses have different amounts of speed ups you can get.
Well, I mean, that's almost like how they did in Red Dead Redemption. You know, you don't get some cool ones or anything. You know, you have to work for that horse. And I mean, yeah, I do kind of wish there was an ability that if you either had a, you know, the super great horse, one of the big issues why I don't really use a horse is because, you know, I'll get off my horse because I don't want horses can die in this game.
Yeah.
And if I have a super good horse, I don't want it to die. Same thing I did in Red Dead Redemption. I never took my horse anywhere near battle because I was like, I don't want you to die.
And the thing is, if you leave it down, run, go fight a bunch of mobs, and you whistle to bring it back to you, it's not going to come, because the distance you have to be from yourself to the horse is so small that there's no possible way for you to leave your horse a good distance without having to whistle again.
I don't know if it's like each territory, maybe. It varies, I'm guessing, but I'd actually would really like to know how far you can actually be from your horse.
I mean, I've tested it out. I've walked a good distance, whistled, it comes, walked a little bit farther, whistled, it comes, and it's not very far. Like, you have to be able to see it very clearly to be able to whistle. Yeah. And that's a big issue for me, because if you're gonna be going around these big open fields, you don't want to have to walk, you want to be able to ride a horse, and it's not fun when you have to keep track of your horse the entire time.
Yeah, my new horse in this game is pretty much the paraglider. That's my horse.
Paraglider is the best thing this game brought, because I use it everywhere. Jumping between rocks and just places that I shouldn't be able to get to, you can use the paraglider to go.
It's like faster than running, and you use less stamina.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can also shield slide, but it damages your shield way too much after you jump on it.
I have not found a good area. Like, it's only downhill is it ever good, and there's not as many places to do that in.
It has to be on grass, too. If you're shield sliding and you're on any sort of rubble, you'll go slower.
You can use snow.
Snow, too.
Yeah, snow, sand, any of that stuff will work.
But if you hit any rubble, it just stops you.
I mean, it's not exactly, you know, good. There was the shield sliding game that wasn't actually really a game. They're just two guys, and they ask if you want to slide down the mountain. You're like, okay, cool, this is some game. You just slide down the mountain, that's it. You don't get a prize, it's not even a game. You're just like, you should do it.
Yeah, there are a lot of little mini games, which is cool, because the side characters in this game, there's so many side quests. You can talk to pretty much anybody, and about 80% of the time, they're going to send you on a little journey for them.
I am a big fan of side quests. I always try to finish every side quest, and for this game, it had the most, like, of any Zelda game, in my opinion.
And the thing is, you actually have to do them.
Yeah.
You can't go through the entire main storyline unless you do some side quests, because you're not going to be strong enough. The enemies really do scale well enough with you to have to fight them, because you really can't avoid a lot of them.
I do love that, you know, they gave you items that were just, like, unnecessarily bad, but it's like, well, I have a choice, such as the broom that you currently have right now.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite items for the first part of this game. I'm pretty sure I collected 5 or 6 of those in my inventory and just ran around killing things with brooms for a while, because it was just fun. Like, There's not a lot of games where you can pick up any item and fight with it.
Were you being like a hero, saying like, I gotta go mop up crime or some stupid thing like that?
Always.
Did you ever use the soup ladle?
Soup ladle. I did not know you could get a soup
There
ladle.
is a soup ladle. It is the dumbest weapon. Well, okay. The stick is the dumbest weapon, but the soup ladle is pretty down there.
I like how you can get a lot of the rarer items from shrines, too.
Shrines, I do like. It's almost like how in a lot of the Zelda games there were, you know, little caves that you could find either by blowing up rocks, doing something like that. But, you know, there was only so many in the other games, maybe like 5, well, no, not 5, maybe 10 at most sometimes. And this one, it has like...
Over 100?
Yes.
And they do get harder. Like, the ones in the beginning that you do are way too easy, and it's just for you to get a feel of the game. But once you get to some of them, I've struggled. I've taken like 45 minutes on a shrine before.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure we have the same shrine in mind that you took 45 minutes about.
Yeah, we're not going to reveal that. We're
No.
going to let you all figure that one out for yourself.
Yeah, have fun with that.
But, I mean, there are some enemies in this game that are easily very hard to beat. The one I'm fighting right here,
I don't see how you can ever beat that.
I haven't beaten it to this day. I've gone back and tried multiple times, and it's just ridiculously hard.
I almost believe you have to kind of cheat the system a little bit. Stay on a rock and just bomb arrow the hell out of him, or just... I have no solution to what this is.
Yeah, but it kind of adds a little secrecy to the game, because how big the map is, there are enemies sitting there that you can just avoid, because you can usually go around them, and you can climb up rocks, you can glide over their heads.
There was a point in the other Zelda games. There was never a time where you could always take down an enemy. Unless you need a special item, you could always take down an enemy. In this one, it's like, no.
Yeah.
No, you should go away.
There are enemies in this game that I believe they didn't want you to beat. There are a lot of them.
That's actually a really good point.
But I mean, all in all, it's a pretty great game. I've enjoyed my time playing it a lot. I've put a lot of hours into this game. It's kind of soaked up my life for the past couple days.
Same.
But graphics are good, gameplay's good. There are a few bugs that hopefully they'll patch. I don't see any updates so far, but hopefully the devs will keep up with it and get some updates done.
Well, you are about to die.
I am about to die. This was a very hard fight, and I struggle with this. And the thing is, I went back and fought this guy probably
Did anything
10 or 15
change?
times. No, I died every time.
Did
the same
not
way.
expect it. You are still alive.
Yeah, the pausing and being able to eat food is fantastic, and I use that way too much.
I do think it was kind of dumb that you keep wasting your food, and this guy has still like full bar of health. But you know,
I really wanted to kill him.
you know what? I'm not gonna tell you how to play the game.
It was fun.
If that was funny, I would be infuriated. Well, now you're dead.
Yeah, I am dead. Well, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think about our video.
Yeah, dudes.